This thing called justice. It changes shape, depending on where you stand. Hello and welcome to One Piece 101, the series that breaks down everyone and everything in the One Piece world. Today we're going to examine one of the characters I personally find most fascinating in the series, KUZAN, better known as Aokiji. First, let's deal with that. As one of the three admirals of the Marines, KUZAN was given the epithet Aokiji, which translates into blue pheasant. Each of the Marine admirals are given a similar name comprising of both a color and an animal that correspond to their abilities and personality. The blue portion of Aokiji is likely derived from his devil fruit ability, the Hie Hie no Mi, or the Ice fruit. It's a Logia type that allows the user to conjure, manipulate, and become ice. As with all Logia types, this is extraordinarily powerful and an instant win condition when dealing with inexperienced combatants. Despite having such power, he is a very laid-back and chilled, get it? Chilled kind of guy. He practices his own brand of unique, quote-unquote, lazy justice, which can lead people to both underestimate him and his position. Nothing about his childhood is known, yet, although we do have drawings of him as a child and from when he first joined the Marines, which was at the age of 19, according to One Piece Film Z. This film isn't technically canon, but it was written by Oda, so take what you will from that. In One Piece chronology, his first canon appearance is during the Ed War between Roger and Shiki. He is seen conversing with Monkey D. Garp and admiring the fact that he turned down yet another promotion. The next time KUZAN would be seen was during the Ohara incident. Together with another future admiral, Sakazuki, who would become Akainu, he would be one of the 5 vice admirals to lead a buster call to destroy the island of Ohara and kill all of its inhabitants for their crimes of studying the ancient poneglyphs. One of the scholars of Ohara was a very young Nico Robin who had befriended a former vice admiral who had betrayed the Marines, Jaguar D. Saul. In two very conflicting actions, KUZAN proceeded to freeze and kill Saul during the assault on Ohara. However, he allowed Nico Robin to escape, freezing a trail to safety in the ocean for her. He was far from her savior though, leaving her with the parting warning that he was not her ally, and would be quick to come after her should he feel that she became a threat. He would encounter Robin again on Long Ring Longland Island. God, that's always a mouthful. It's like a tongue twister. Long Ring Longland Island, Long Ring Longland Island, Long Ring Longland Island. After the Davy backfight, the Straw Hats, including Robin, ran into KUZAN, now known as the Marine Admiral Aokiji. He expressed some disappointment in Robin's choice to become a pirate, and provokes the rest of the crew, resulting in a devastating defeat of the Straw Hats. He then does what he does best and engages in 2 conflicting actions. Firstly, he allows the Straw Hats to escape. Secondly, he informs the leader of CP9, Spandam, of their whereabouts, sparking the events of Water 7 and the Enies Lobby arcs. Further on in the story, once the Straw Hats had beaten CP9, Aokiji appeared on a ship near Enies Lobby, witnessing firsthand the aftermath of the accidental buster call that had been called onto the island. He referred to the incident as a complete defeat of the world government. He later made his way to Water 7 to converse with Robin a final time. It was there he revealed that he let her live as a favor to his good friend Saul, whom he killed. Of course, he then revealed that he intended to have Robin eliminated by CP9, and never thought that the Straw Hat Pirates would possibly stand a chance against them. Then he smiled as he watched them escape the island. You see how this guy is just so conflicting? His actions appear contradictory, but it all goes back to the initial quote I read at the beginning of the video. This thing called justice. It changes shape, depending on where you stand, and KUZAN clearly spends a lot of time metaphorically moving about. Whenever he appears, you can never be entirely sure what his motives are or what course of action he'll take. He would next appear as a key figure in the Paramount War alongside the entirety of the Marine forces. During the chaotic battle, he has direct conflicts with Mako, Jozu, Luffy, Ace, and Whitebeard himself. After the war, he was recommended by the retiring Sengoku to become the next Fleet Admiral of the Marines. However, the members of the world government nominated Akainu for the role. Aokiji was strongly opposed to this based on their wildly different interpretations of justice, and the two ended up fighting for the position on the island of Punk Hazard. The battle between the two lasted 10 days, and was so savage that it literally changed the weather of the island. Akainu was the one to emerge victorious, and he spared Aokiji's life, though much of his body was left permanently scarred and he lost part of his leg, which he now uses ice to compensate for. This would be the last time that he'd be referred to as Aokiji, as he left the Marines and went back to his actual name, Kuzan. His next appearance isn't technically canon, but he had a major role in Film Z, where he assisted the Straw Hat crew in their fight against the former admiral and Kuzan's former teacher, Zephyr. He would not be seen again canonically until just after the Straw Hats left Punk Hazard. Kuzan arrived just in time to prevent the warlord Doflamingo from killing Smoker, whom he considers a friend. So by this time, Kuzan has had far too much time being a good guy, and Doflamingo, like the good guy he is, came through to rectify that, stating that he'd heard some very bad rumors about him. Now this is Doflamingo here, who we'll examine in another video, but this guy practically embodies bad rumors, so for him to make a claim like this about Kuzan means that something pretty serious is up. It's later confirmed by the 5 Elder Stars that this is indeed the case, as Kuzan has allied himself with the Blackbeard Pirates. So why would he ally himself with some of the most twisted characters in all of One Piece? Who knows? Everything this guy does seems like a contradiction to the thing he'd done directly previously, but that's the last of him we've seen in the story, for now. Some more fun facts about Kuzan. His laziness is most prominent during his time as an admiral, as he wears a sleeping mask on his head at all times. You know, just in case of an emergency nap. The design for Kuzan is based strongly on Japanese actor Yusaku Matsuda, famous for the detective story television series and movie. Post-time skip, Kuzan has adopted a super penguin that travels with him. Confusingly, the super penguin's name is Camel, which is kind of like naming a cat dog. Not only can the super penguin transport Kuzan, it has also been shown to be able to cook. All of this makes me realize that my dog is certainly not pulling his weight around the house. Prior to the Penguin Express, Kuzan favoured a bicycle to travel the seas, freezing himself a path of ocean to ride on, which seems unusually active for such a lazy guy. And finally, Kuzan's most used phrase is "arara," which roughly translates to "oh my," which is used whenever he gets surprised, although it's never said with any particular vocal expression due to his relaxed nature. And that about does it for our favourite lazy former admiral. I look forward to seeing where his sense of justice takes him next. If you enjoyed this video, please feel free to like, favourite, or subscribe.